Today's episode of Dungeon Crawlers Radio is brought to you by Gamers Inn, your one-stop location for all your gaming needs. Located in Lehigh City, Utah, their fun and friendly staff will be more than happy to answer any of your gaming needs. Just remember, Gamers Inn, it's where adventures begin.
Time to power up.
Autobots, roll out. Broadcasting live from the DCR studio.
Oh, yeah!
The Geek Revolution starts here.
Excellent!
Get ready for the #1 hit geek radio show out there.
Well, it is impressive, isn't it?
Because it's time for Dungeon Crawlers Radio. Let's get ready to rumble!
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. All right, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of Dungeon Crawlers Radio, where it turns out that Daniel has now been lost into the very time stream which enveloped McKay.
So he doesn't have the plague like you did?
He does not have the plague. He has been absorbed by the time stream. Maybe he was trying to get that cube from Cybertron, from the Transformers. And
Not to worry, though.
Pulled right in.
We've already spoken with the doctor, who has told us that he would, he's assured us.
Hold on. You've spoken with the doctor who she has assured us.
Oh,
Technically, she's not regenerated yet. They've only announced it.
Oh, I stand corrected.
So he's still a he until the official regeneration happens.
On Christmas.
he did look rather
Merry
confusing.
Christmas.
However, he has assured us Daniel will be back in a timely manner.
Ha ha ha! McKay is still missing in the time stream. We miss you, McKay. I guess my Pokemon bribe will stay as a bribe in my car.
That sounds so wrong.
Come to my car. I have Pokemon.
You want to see my Pokemon? No, that's not right.
I call it Zapdos.
Oh, boys.
No. That's silly. It's an Electabuzz. And I'm actually quite serious. So, okay, I am going through a little collection cleaning of my own. I have a goal this year of one thing in, one thing out, which means if I have a collectible come into my home, I have to send out an old collectible or treasured memory because I have way too much stuff. We have too much cool stuff coming out. Hot Toys are unbelievable, especially with their new action figures that they released today because, hey, it's Comic-Con Day 1, and I don't have room for a single one of them. Because
I'm sure you could make room if you wanted to.
Exactly, and that's my point. So I've been selling stuff off, and McKay has generously offered to take up all my old Pokemon stuff that I don't need. Excuse you, Baron. I heard some little hiss of gas pass from over there, so I felt that I needed to. Thank you for that, Baron. We definitely needed to hear that. That makes everything much better.
We'll just leave them in suspense.
But yes, it is day 1 of San Diego Comic-Con, and we're excited. There's a lot of neat announcements. You guys, do you want to start out? Who wants to start out with their favorite or one of their big announcements from today?
Oh, I think Mackenzie better go first.
Mackenzie better go first. I think age before beauty, dude.
Okay, I'll go first. So
Well, we were just talking about your age.
I'm super excited today because today was the big Ghostbusters day, and
How did I know you were going to go that route?
Well, because that's where the big news came from. And if you heard our show last week, I also have a secondary big love right now, and that's for the Ninja Turtles. And today they had another announcement with that. IDW is releasing a sequel to their crossover comic of Ghostbusters and Ninja Turtles, so Ghostbusters and Ninja Turtles 2.
Very nice.
And that'll be coming out as a 5-week
nice,
event.
yes.
Here in November. Very excited about that. On top, that same panel, Ivan Reitman, director of Ghostbusters, decided to go all out and basically reveal everything that they've been doing over at Ghost Corps.
Awesome.
They're making a cartoon called Ecto Force, which has been known for a while now, rumors are that it goes around like it's a sequel to like the real Ghostbuster cartoon, which, of course, I love. Everybody loves that, right? And,
Before my time.
yeah.
But he also announced that they are making another Ghostbusters live-action film revolving around the original Ghostbusters from 1984, and he thought it would be fun to do a Rogue One type scenario where it's almost like a prequel.
Oh.
He hinted at that, with the possibility of like bringing back Egon. Now, for those of you who aren't aware or aren't familiar with the Ghostbusters 3 timeline, Ghostbusters 3 has been in production and out of production since 1993. No, 1991.
Yes.
And
Brings new meaning to development hell.
exactly. And Dan Aykroyd is the famous one for always saying, "It's coming this next summer. We're filming. We've got a script. We're ready to go." So really, what this does is it puts the world back on track, because now Ivan is saying the exact same thing. So now with the Answer the Call coming out, we're basically right back where we started back in 1991, hearing about Ghostbusters 3. So it's nice.
This is number 3. It's not a reboot of number 1.
It is not a
Would it
reboot.
be a reboot of the reboot?
In fact, there are rumors going around where it is like it's going to establish a Ghostbusters cinematic universe, basically saying, "Oh yeah, that Answer the Call movie does exist. It's just in a parallel universe, and we might be able to bring these actresses back because the actresses did a good job. It's just the script writing, the direction was a little haphazard, and most people couldn't get past the fact that it was a reboot. They just didn't like the fact that the only real Ghostbusters that we saw or the original Ghostbusters were just cameos that were just kind of thrown away. So, really, there we go. There's my big news. And we're getting Ninja Turtle Ghostbuster action figures,
Very nice.
Awesome.
which a lot of people are really excited about. I'm on the fence. So, those are my big excitements. Who wants to go next?
Wow.
If you're not prepared, I do have
I've
one.
got a couple things I'm looking at here.
Because I'm excited for
Mackenzie,
this.
I'll pull yours out. Come on.
Stargate!
Yes!
Stargate web series. I'm super excited for that because Stargate is the bomb.
Yes. Okay, so what are the details about that? So now I read something like saying that it was like a prequel miniseries.
So it's a prequel series. It's called Stargate Origins. It's a 10-episode web series, and it follows a young Catherine Langford, who is the archaeologist from the first movie that hands the necklace to Daniel. For those of you who haven't seen Stargate or don't remember.
And for those of you who haven't seen Stargate SG-1, Catherine plays another pivotal role. She is kind of like Daniel's friend and mentor. And I wonder if we're actually going to get to see her relationship with Ernest, because while she was pivotal in cracking the code for the Stargate, Ernest, her fiancé at the time, was actually the first person to go through the Stargate, and he was lost. In Stargate SG-1, they actually went back to find him. So that's interesting to me to see if they're going to tie in with that, have Ernest as a character, or if this is going to take place after Ernest.
So shooting begins this August, which means we don't have a premiere date yet, but it is exclusively going to be on a new subscription-based digital platform called Stargate Command. So I guess you're going to have to join that if you want to watch. That's lame.
Wait, so they have their own broadcasting, or what's
Yeah.
the show called?
So the show itself is called Stargate Origins, and then it says it's going to premiere exclusively on a new subscription-based digital platform called Stargate Command. Wonder if that means they'll put all the shows and the movie on there too.
It sounds to me like they're saying, fine, nobody else wants to pay for this, we'll pay for it ourselves and just do it ourselves.
Maybe. It also says that the digital platform will provide a comprehensive collection of new and old Stargate content, including a variety of assets, episodes, a community experience, and a behind-the-scenes look at Stargate Origins.
Well, I'm so glad that I actually own the entire series on DVD.
That's
I
interesting,
actually
though. Roland Emmerich previously announced that there was plans to reboot Stargate franchise as a film trilogy. The remake is officially no longer in the works, so I guess this is all we're getting as of now.
Well, I'm actually kind of excited about that. I mean,
I am too.
I like the idea of a reboot, but I love SG-1. That's one of the few shows that I can go back and rewatch from season 1 and go all the way through season 8.
Well, and I actually really like the archaeology aspect of it because, I loved Indiana Jones growing up. I mean, who didn't?
Oh, exactly.
But archaeology was a huge thing for me. I really wanted to be an archaeologist, but as evidence of last week, I don't do certain things, so that kind of put a kibosh in those plans.
That's awesome. Was it all? Did you also look up to Lara Croft, or were you just an Indiana Jones?
No, I did like it, Lara Croft too. Not the Angelina Jolie. I did play the video games for a bit there, which I am really excited for the new Lara Croft movie. I think that one actually looks really good, and I'm excited with the direction they're taking. Speaking of which, we better get a trailer at Comic-Con.
I'm really excited. I really hope we do.
I hope we do. It's supposed to come out, next summer or next spring? It's supposed to come out sometime next year.
Is it already next year?
Yeah, I think it's 2018.
Wow, yeah, we need a trailer.
We need a trailer!
Speaking of trailers, we got one trailer. Well, it's almost like a teaser trailer.
Tweezer.
The Jaegers are back.
Oh, it's the Jaegers.
It's the Jaegers.
I didn't realize you were going with that one.
What? What's wrong with the Jaegers? You don't like the Jaegers?
I will be honest. I saw Pacific Rim. I thought it was entertaining, but at the same time, I'm like, it's just Power Rangers.
It really
But
was.
by Guillermo del Toro.
Hold on. It was Power Rangers that we built ourselves. There was no magical, like, like magical chip that you just got and you had to learn these powers. It was math. It was science. It was us actually creating a defense for Earth.
It was also us coming together because, the world's being destroyed again.
Yep.
So
Well,
basically,
what else are you supposed to do when the world's getting destroyed? Everyone separate, run, go, save yourself.
I'm okay with that.
But that doesn't work well, because seriously, once everyone else is dead, there's you. And
That
a
sounds
planet
fantastic.
Overrun by aliens.
Maybe not the overrun by aliens, but the all alone by myself
know what
does
aliens like to do?
sound good.
Just kill people. It's terrible.
They also like to eat them.
And eat them.
I'm very rare. I don't
them.
taste good.
And abduct them.
Oh, they'll barbecue you. Don't worry.
Oh, that's something to look forward to.
So, yeah,
Flay you alive and barbecue.
I do admit, like, the first one's almost like a guilty pleasure. Like, just a guy kind of, punch, punch, smash, smash. Kind of.
I will admit, I
monster
own
movie.
it. I just, I don't know what it is about it. Because, I grew up with Power Rangers. I grew up with the original. And when I saw that, that's kind of where my mind went back to. And then I'm like, if they're doing this, why don't they just do the Power Ranger movie already? And then, that happened anyway.
I still haven't seen that. Don't tell McKay.
I haven't seen it either.
We should go
And
see
as
it.
I've
we've-
seen the Power Ranger movie.
And?
Well, I was not a fan growing up as a kid. Yeah.
Farron.
I think it was like 4th or 5th grade when they first started becoming popular, and I was like, that looks ridiculous. It's like, superheroes fighting Jim Henson characters. It's like, that's not right. Poor Jim Henson. And, but no,
Why'd you have to bring Kermit into this?
hey, I like Jim Henson's characters and all the Muppets.
Whatever.
Even if they are creepy and skexy looking.
That's the Dark Crystal.
I know. Jim Henson did the Dark Crystal, you know?
I'm aware.
Yes.
I just don't get why you think the Muppets
It's okay.
look like
We'll get
Skeksis
that again on
characters.
Netflix pretty soon.
Because the Skeksis are Muppets.
Well, hey,
Do
there was
not-
another trailer.
We're going to move on.
We're going to move on.
Yes. What? Oh, yes. As far as trailers go, were we done talking about that other one? I'm sorry.
Oh, Jaegers? Yeah, that's it.
It is-
Pacific Rim 2. Because it was just kind of like a teaser. It has John Boyega, which is
When's
awesome.
it supposed to come out?
I didn't see that date. I don't know.
Because there's
So I'm gonna move on.
there's another show coming out. I haven't seen the trailers for it yet, but it looks really good. At least the pictures. There's some actors in it that I think are good actors. It looks like it's got a pretty good storyline to it.
Why do you tease us? What is it?
Bright.
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
Is that a Comic-Con review?
No, it's actually coming out with it's a Netflix. It's coming out on Netflix. Bright is going to be starring Will Smith. Bright's an upcoming American urban fantasy crime action thriller. It's directed by David Ayer. It looks pretty interesting. It's got a good cast. Like I said, it's got Will Smith and Joel Edgerton. I'm not really too familiar with any of the other cast members in it, though.
I think I better look it up.
There's a few, but I'm not like... I couldn't start naming off all the movies they were in.
Nice. Go check it out. Well, what else? What else has come out for Comic-Con? I want more for our Comic-Con review. Because today is an exciting day. I know Star Wars... Okay, admittingly, I collect the Star Wars Black Series. And they just released a couple of new images today. They released... now I forgot. They've got Rey and Luke from the new movie, which, they're okay. But they've also got Hera Syndulla and Thrawn that they're releasing as
Thrawn?
6-inch figures. Yeah.
Interesting.
And Thrawn comes with all of his little collections that he's collected from around the universe. It looks like I could only see the picture, so I'm assuming that that's the packaging. But he's got one of those Jedi helmets from the training temple. That he's got this little. He's just got all these little collections from things
Until
that
I
he's
get
picked up from
Mara
around the
Jade
galaxy.
as part of the canon, I'm not going to be super thrilled. You say Thrawn, and that's who comes to mind.
I hope we actually get to see something about her in this next movie. I really hope that Luke ended up...
She's too awesome of a character not to be mentioned.
Well, there's only 2 characters that have been lost to the decanonization that really hurt me that haven't come back yet, and she's one of them.
Who's the other one?
Dash Rendar.
Name's familiar.
He was in Shadows of the Empire.
Okay.
Most people are familiar with him from the N64 game.
I love it.
yeah.
I love the
You know,
N64.
the Han Solo clone that has a robot instead of a Wookiee.
Oh, I remember
And
who
the
he is
Outrider
now.
is like the miniature version of the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you never really got into Han Solo's head unless you read the books. But with the video game, like, you really felt like, oh, I'm Dash Rendar, you know, and I had the toy. He was like, I don't know, he was like a hero of mine. I was like, okay, so Star Wars was for the generation just before I was born, and Dash Rendar was more like my generation was
Okay.
Star Wars. So,
I can't say what my generation is because A, McKay's not here to fight with me about it, and B, I'm still not a fan. I like them. I like watching them. I just think they're fluff. And yes, I'm talking the prequels, so don't come after me. Or come after me. I will fight you.
I'm not going to come fight you. Honestly, like, okay, I love the prequels. I just like the originals a little bit better, a lot better.
Can I purchase tickets to this fight? I want to see it happen.
Oh, it's on like Donkey Kong.
Oh, whoa. There we go.
But again, he has to show up in order for that to happen. So, McKay, I'm calling your butt out. It's on, dude.
You've been called out, McKay. Now, you just got to show up.
You know, really, that has to be one of our next shows, is a battle royale about the original trilogy versus... I mean, granted, we've had it before. We've never had Mackenzie versus McKay, though.
We should do a Mackenzie versus McKay.
I like that. I like
I'm
that.
game.
We can have, like, point-by-point comparisons as to which one's the better trilogy.
And as if I need an excuse to watch Star Wars again. But you know what I really want to do when Rebels is done?
What?
I want to do an entire Star Wars marathon. Granted, it's going to take me like
No,
a month.
no,
Yes,
no.
including the Clone Wars, Rebels, Rogue One, the originals, Force Awakens.
Now, when you watch
That's
these-
what we need to
And I'll
do
be
for
there
The
with
Last Jedi.
And I'll
Now-
be there with my Harrison Dula action figure. Mahaha.
Now, when you do this, in what order are you going to do them in?
Chronological, it's the best way to go.
No.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
Fight me, dude. Why not?
Because I'm actually going to go... So I'm going to... When I actually do have kids, I'm going to introduce them. Episode 4, Episode 5, up until they find out about Vader. And then it's going to be flashback. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo, doodle-doo. And going back to Episodes 2, 3, the Clone Wars, all that stuff. Then we'll jump back into the future and see Return of the Jedi.
So does that mean the Phantom Menace doesn't exist in your thing? Because I didn't hear a one mentioned.
I don't know. Maybe I'll do like the Phantom Edit kind of thing without Jengar.
It is a tough one to
Jengar?
swallow.
Jengar? What?
Without
Jar Jar. There we go.
Without Jango Jar, huh?
You know what's funny? The first Star Wars movie I saw was The Empire Strikes Back.
Not a bad one to see.
No, it's
No?
not. But
Probably the second best one you can start with.
Well, no, the irony is I'm pretty sure I wanted to watch The Last Jedi, and I still remember this at Blockbuster. I accidentally got Empire Strikes Back instead of not The Last.
I was going to say, if
Return
you've
of the
already
Jedi?
seen Last Jedi,
Return of the
I'm
Jedi,
jealous.
thank you.
There we go.
And because I wanted to see Vader's face because my dad was introducing me to Star Wars. And yeah, I was like 7 or it was like 8 or 9.
And you wanted to know what Darth Vader looked like.
I
so you
wanted
went
to know what
Return
Darth
of the
Vader
Jedi
I did.
To see what Darth Vader's going to look like.
I did.
Hayden Christensen doesn't look anything like that dude.
No,
I'll be
that
honest.
is some crappy, craptastic casting on Lucasfilm's part.
Yeah, they
And then
really could
on
have
top
done
of
Hayden
the-
Christensen's big character better without
And
him.
and on top of that, they had to edit him back in the DVDs. I mean, what is up with that?
I went to go show my daughter because we started watching 4, 5, 6, and we're gonna go back to the 1, 2, 3. And we finished Return of the Jedi, and at the very end, all of a sudden, I see Hayden Christensen standing in there, and I'm thinking, "Dang it, this isn't the right movie. I was supposed to watch Return of the Jedi with her."
Yes.
I swear, if they announce at Comic-Con that there's like a master cut or whatever Lucas does with his free time on those prequel or on the original trilogy, I will boycott.
That's okay, because they have they've released a theatrical version, right?
The original theater version.
I
Have they
have it,
released it?
But it was on DVD.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't think they've come out with it on Blu-ray yet, which is why I haven't bought it.
See, yeah, they got to come out with something on Blu-ray because
spoiled,
VHSs has worn
spoiled
out,
people.
and so have the players, and they're
Announce something at
can't get those
Comic-Con.
again.
I have DVD. Okay, well, let's see what... Okay, so we're almost out of time. Anything else that came out Comic-Con day one?
They're
you
doing
guys
a
are excited
Doctor
about?
Doom movie.
Is it, like, tied to the old Fantastic Four movies?
No.
Or is it completely on its own?
Well,
If it's
that's
completely
the
on its
thing.
own, I can get behind it.
Well, no. So I guess the Legion creator, that FX series, is behind a Doctor Doom-related movie. And they haven't really given anything more than that.
Give him a sing-along blog, and he'll succeed.
So who knows? But will they finally get Doctor Doom right is the question.
That's true. That is true. It's been a long time since we've seen a good Doctor Doom.
Have we ever seen a good Doctor Doom?
I love the Doctor Doom from the old, what was it, the 90s cartoon? And the original comics was
yeah.
a pretty good that was a
I'm
pretty good
talking
Doom.
movie.
The old
version,
Oh,
but
cartoon,
okay.
the old
No.
cartoon Doctor Doom was awesome. I liked him.
Didn't he go against Spider-Man at one point?
Yeah, that's
There
the
was,
one
like,
I
a crossover.
remember.
Totally.
Yeah, I
Totally.
remember him. I remember seeing that episode because I think wasn't that part of the Spider Galaxy? What is it called? The Spider crossover.
Oh, yeah, the Spider Wars, right?
I think it's Spider Wars,
is
and
it
I
Spider
remember
Wars?
because Doctor Doom had that Utopia where Ben had that watch and he could turn back into Ben Grimm, and I think that was like the conclusion of the entire arc was that Doctor Doom Paradise.
Let's just go back and rewatch all those comic or cartoons, and we'll be
Where
good.
are they?
It doesn't say when
gotta
it's
be on
coming
YouTube
out, though,
somewhere.
does it? It just says that it's been announced.
A
I
lot
know.
of things have been announced,
Yeah, but why?
like the Kingsman 2.
Ooh, so excited for that one. I love Kingsman.
But I
And
know,
that's
but
not
all they
just
did
'cause
is
Mr.
say
Darcy's in it,
something's
but that
coming.
helps.
We've got a trailer for that one, which means
Well,
they've
it's better
done
than-
something.
It's better than the Wasp or the Ant-Man and the Wasp, where they didn't even announce something. They announced that something was going to be announced. Murph.
Oh, that's true. The announcement of an announcement.
You can't. Sorry, this is just like the teaser. Originally, we had trailers, then we had teaser trailers,
And now we have tweezers.
Now we have the announcement of the teaser that will lead up to the trailer that
Yeah,
will lead up to the
tweezers.
movie, which boggles my mind. And
We're gonna have to come up with a new word for a commercial that advertises the announcement of the next commercial
Why
that
are
would
you-
be the teaser.
Why are you putting that
following
out there in
trailer.
the universe? We
Don't
don't need that to
encourage
happen.
them.
Do not encourage that.
There's a revenue stream there, and I want to tap into it.
all right, anything else?
Of course you do.
Anything else that happened today?
Not that I'm aware of, unless the...
There's a 3-foot Ecto 1 that they announced.
A 3-foot Ecto 1. Like
Yeah.
You could buy yourself a 3-foot
Blitzway.
Ecto 1.
They're making a 3-foot Ecto 1 that
Wait,
is 1/6 scale.
I can totally see that in your front lawn.
Length or
It would
height?
only fit in my front lawn. It wouldn't fit anywhere else.
On the bright side, you blend in with the grass.
It's a beautiful car. It's beautiful. I don't think I can afford it. I bet you it's going to be over $1,000. Anything else? I'm trying to rack my brain. Shazam.
Shazam is the next DC movie.
Which is a-
Interesting.
Which is a shocker to me. Shazam.
Do you think they'll have Black Adam, though? Because I could get behind that.
I could, but honestly, I wouldn't have seen Shazam coming out. I figured that I just wouldn't have seen that coming.
I'm just still kind of surprised that they're still calling it Shazam after people were so purist about the Captain Marvel thing.
Yeah, and there's still no Green Lantern announcement.
Still
Even
no
though-
Green Lantern.
even though he was in the Wonder Woman, like a little like the pre-crawl.
Yeah. Do
The
you
opening
think?
crawl.
Well, when's the big DCEU or whatever they're calling it panels? At Saturday?
Saturday. All the big panels will be Saturday.
Do you think Green Lantern will be announced then?
I have no idea. Because I would have expected it to be announced before Shazam, but maybe Green Lantern's had his go, and now they're just like, you know what? Nah, we're good.
Or maybe they are worried that he'll be compared to Guardians of the Galaxy too much.
You know, I really feel like DC is kind of, even though they're trying not to follow in their footsteps,
They're following in their
it's
footsteps.
very difficult though because there is a really good way to present comic books, and there's not really a different way to do that. And I don't know. You know, they've both been doing comics for. Well, I mean, they've been around since the beginning. These are the original two comic makers, are they not? DC, I
Yeah.
think, is the first. Weren't they?
Well, they're the two big. They're the two
They're-
big.
they're
waves.
the
Yeah.
two
Technically,
big ones.
yes.
And I mean, I'm sure.
Marvel
Yeah,
wasn't
'cause
named
DC
Marvel
came out
until
with
like
their
the
first
60s.
one back in Egypt and during the time of pharaohs. Isn't that where hieroglyphs came from? Those were the original comics. Samuel Jackson discusses this in that documentary called Unbreakable with...
You're melting my brain a little, dude.
oh, come
There
on.
are so many memes I want to post right now. I want to communicate in memes, and one of them is just Captain Mal. Just
It's a little
Okay, so
thought
Unbreakable
bubble.
is not a documentary. Either way, the way there's really not a whole lot of better
Baron's
way
views
to
do
come
not
around
necessarily
and do
represent those of Dungeon Crawlers or Dungeon Crawlers' subsidiaries.
This. You know what? I'm just gonna take this idea. I'm gonna put it back in the bag. Gonna stick
And
it in the
move
cellar.
on.
Gonna let it mature a little bit, and then maybe bring it out another day.
Then fight me.
Fight you? I didn't realize I was getting into a fighting area. I was just thinking, well, they're doing as best they can do.
I'm excited. Okay, guys. Well, that's it for our show today. Come back. We're going to take a look at the next couple days of Comic-Con. We'll probably just have an overall Comic-Con review, the biggest, best spoilers and
We'll wait till it's
announcements.
all over, and then we'll pick it apart.
I'm
One.
excited. So go ahead and head over to Toy Arc, Comic News. We'll be posting some more things as they come live on Facebook. So thanks again, guys. And from everybody here at Dungeon Crawlers, we're out of here.
Bye.
Toodles.
Just because the world is without fuel doesn't mean it can't burn. Union Forest has unleashed a dragon upon the world, and it's hungry. Henry Morgan has to save his brother and face the dragon. Check out The Shadows Above the Flames, written by our very own Daniel Swinton and published by Immortal Works. You can find your copies on Amazon, BarnesandNoble.com, or anywhere books are sold. So go get your copy today and find out what happens to Henry and Rick.